Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time. Just something that I've been thinking about, but I think it also has mutual benefit both to everybody out there, especially as you're traveling or maybe out of town, but also as you are looking in stores and looking at things that you might buy. And so I just wanted to kind of do that. I'll get to that in a second. I do want to shout out to Fred Tyler Bruner and it's in the featured post at the top of the group page, hashtag PAA database. Thank you, Fred. Just wanted to wear this for today. This is not a shave video, so if you come for that, you might just want to scroll on. This is more of an informational video. It's going to help me understand some things about some products that I've got over here and help you understand about those, but also some products that I've got over here that I'm going to highlight throughout the day. So what I'm talking about today is for me, it was early on in my journey with wet shaving, and I was going out and grabbing everything I could. And I don't have a lot of stores that have those kind of products available to me here in Memphis, Tennessee. But I would go to grocery stores, I'd go to pharmacies, I'd go wherever I could. And I would pick up all kinds of different items and take them home, see if they would work. And some creams, I'll give some examples here. I'm going to start off with the ones that I know do not work for the purpose I'm going to talk about. Some things are designed as brushless creams. And they can be, this is super slick stuff. This is great. I use it for head shave sometimes. I also use this as a pre-shave layer, which we'll get to in a second. But these kind of items are designed as brushless creams. They are designed that you don't need a brush. They're trying to almost kind of halfway between the cartridge guy and get him a product that's not just a goop or a foam, but then also not require that person to have a brush. Similar, like here, the Dollar Shave Club, which is translucent for precision, so it's even harder to see when it's on you. Unless you have a thicker beard, you can see through it. But anyway, these are the kind of items that you would not expect necessarily to be able to get a traditional wet shaving lather from. And so the question always comes when I see a new product in the store, is this going to provide the same kind of a lather that a traditional shaving soap would? And so I've got some different samples here. The reason I said this is serving two purposes is these are items that I need to know whether they are going to build a traditional lather or not. And if they do, then I will continue to use them in shaves in a bowl with a brush, building a lather, using that for my shave. If they don't, I will transition them to a pre-shave product until they're gone. And then I will probably not repurchase them if I see them, unless it's something like sometimes I like having this silver water and birch if I'm trying to do some kind of theme that lines up with Creed Silver Mountain water, just to have an extra pre-shave that fits into that category. I want to, before I get to the ones I'm unsure about, I want to show, and I'm going to try to list these all in the description so that if people search, I will get to that in a second, but if people search by any of these, that it might show up and they can know that these items have already been vetted and that these serve that purpose of a traditional lather. The reason I talk about that with the search is that many of you know that I'm a fan of the Nivea body shaving stick. I was introduced to this two ways. One, in the shaving community and people talking about it when it was supposedly discontinued a few years ago, and now it's harder to find, but you can find it at like discount stores sometimes. But also Paul H. Films on YouTube out of Wales. If you haven't followed him, you should. He just makes no-nonsense videos. He's been doing it for maybe almost 15 years, something like that. But he's a big fan, and I'm telling you, this is in my DOP kit when I travel, even if I don't take a traditional shave soap, which previously Cella, the little round, small Cella tub had been in there, just because it's easier to travel with. But this is always in my DOP kit because I can go to building this on the face lather. I can put a little bit of this in a bowl. I can lather from the brush and then go in a bowl. I can do lots of different things with this. But so this is one, the Nivea body shaving stick. I should have let off, this is going to be a long video. When I make the description, I'm going to say this is going to be a long video. You'll see why in a second. Alternatively, even though this is not a latherable cream, the Cremo company also makes a shave stick and they make a shave cream that is designed for lathering. These are also harder to find. I find this kind of thing at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Burlington, those kind of places. You might maybe also find them on Amazon or online. But if you've never tried the coconut mango, that's the one that I also keep in my travel kit when I'm traveling there. I'm going to mention the stores. This is online on Amazon. This is also occasionally I've gotten it at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Burlington's, Ross, etc. This guy from Pacific Shave Company, the Ultra Slick Shave Stick. This I have purchased on Amazon, but also their products are carried by Target. And this is one of their shave creams. They also have caffeinated shave creams. Both of these products can lather up with a brush. You can make a whole lather every way you want to. So if you are looking and you're in a store, you're out of town, you forgot your stuff, whatever, these are things you can look at. I have found them in Target here. You might find them in other stores near you or when you're traveling. Okay, got to keep track of where I'm at there. Interesting thing a lot of people don't think about is if you're traveling, you're stuck somewhere, and you've forgot your gear or some part of your gear, is to go into the wig and beauty stores. There is like 99.2% of their store is not dedicated to men, but there usually is an aisle. It's where you're going to find Pinaud aftershaves in the plastic bottle. It's where you're also going to find a lot of barber equipment and the barbicide canisters. But you can sometimes also find the Clubman shave products that are designed for building a lather with a brush. And so this is an example. This was $4.99 at not a barber supply store near me, but a wig and beauty store. I had to go in and ask where the men's aisle was because I was not going to be walking up and down. Maybe I need a wig, but I'm not getting one. So anyway, check those out too. In fact, if I were in a town and I had forgotten stuff and I was going to be looking for places, I would check and see if there was a strip mall that had a TJ Maxx, a Marshalls, a Ross, a Burlington, maybe some combination of those so I had more chances, and also maybe a beauty supply store in it. This particular beauty supply store also carried double-edged blades. They had two brands. One was a Dorco product that was just the stainless, and another was a random off-brand, just called Red. That was a Swedish stainless steel. I prefer platinum coated, so I didn't buy any of those, but it was good to know that they would have been there if I'd needed them. A product of leading out of the pandemic or late in the pandemic, the Planet Kind series by Gillette that also has a balm. This balm is actually pretty good. It's got cucumber and vitamin E in it. But they came out with this. This is a cream in a metal tin. And this whole deal is supposed to be it's better for the environment, infinitely recyclable metal. But this is a cream you can build a lather with in a bowl with a brush. So that is a great thing. I have seen this before at big box stores like Target. I think I bought this at Target, but I've also seen this at the discount stores now because Gillette, and I'm going to show you, I'll show you this other one too because it's also Gillette. This was also something that was available in 2020 and maybe into 21. And Gillette stopped producing, I guess. They don't have it in my Kroger, which is my grocery store here anymore. But this is actually a latherable cream. You can build a lather with this, just like you would a Parasso or anything else. But Gillette surprisingly no longer sells it, probably because they make a lot more money selling the things that people use more of and run out of faster. But as again, I grabbed this in a grocery store, a Kroger, which carries, basically you've got two kinds of choices. You've got these in that store, and then you've got foams and gels. So I was, this is early on, I grabbed this and tried it. I used this in travel for a while. But since I can't get it anymore, I kind of just hold on to this. I know this whole point of this is to show you the ones that I'm not sure about, but two other products. I really want you to know the things that if you're traveling and you don't have your stuff, or if you're looking in your own stores and you're trying to wonder, I don't want to waste money on that if it's not going to build a lather, because you're going to see if I have all these that do work, how many do I have that are pre-shaves that don't work? And so anyway, if you ever watch IMCDB's videos, Chris Bailey, back in the day, he would use this on occasion. I picked this up at Whole Foods, which is owned by Amazon here in town. You can probably also get this on Amazon. You might be able to find this other places too. They have different scents and This one is fragrance free, but I think they had a cooling one or something, lavender maybe, I don't know. Anyway, this makes it's a very silky, velvety cream. It makes a very great lather. Also a very good option if you're staying somewhere and there's a hotel near near you that has a Whole Foods or something near it, then you can go and check those out as well. And then lastly in that segment is a new recipient for me. Mark Zarady has done this. He's made a video about this. This is the Nivea Men's Sensitive Calm Liquid Shaving Cream with hemp seed oil and vitamin E. I actually picked this up at a discount store near me called Ollie's. I think those are mainly here in the South. I don't know if you guys have them elsewhere. But this, I have not actually used, but I have watched enough other people's videos showing that you can build a lather with this. This is an interesting time to bring up a video that I used to share all the time with people and I loved. Con Katsanzidis, I just ruined your last name, from Shave the Man and the Stray Whisker in New South Wales, Australia. If you've never followed his content or his Facebook and socials, you should. Even honestly, during the pandemic, just being able to watch those videos and it was a struggle out there in Australia for them to, he was very real and very open about, just as a small business person. There was a whole reason. He did a video which has since gone down, and I'm sure he found out as he learned different things. Maybe some of it wasn't correct, but this video was about why do some soaps lather and others don't. And one of the things that I took away from that video that I remember and I look for every time I look at an ingredient list is stearic acid high up in the list of ingredients? And the statement he made in that video, which maybe did some research and found this wasn't always necessarily true, but the statement he made was that if stearic acid is higher up in the list of ingredients, or present period, but definitely if it's higher up in the list of ingredients, then the ability of that soap or cream to build a lather that you're used to from a shave soap with a brush in a bowl or on your face, whatever, you're going to be much more likely to do that. And so all of these items that I've looked at, that I've shown so far, all of these have stearic acid high in their ingredient list. Some of the ones we're going to look at today have it in the ingredient list, some high, some not. So we may disprove this theory, but that was a great video. I loved it. I wish he still had it on his channel, but since I just offended him by mispronouncing his last name, that maybe won't happen. So what are we going to do today? So we have from CVS, Good Line Shaving Cream. I actually got this as a discount store, American Crew Cream. I've actually tried this and I did not have a great experience with them. I tried again on camera. But Paul H. Films has used some different American Crew products that he has built a lather with before. Bevel, I fully expect this to build a lather because the instructions say it will, but this is available at Target here locally. You can also get it online. My Kroger started carrying this now too, so a little wider experience there. This is Schick Hydro Skin Comfort. This one is one that I picked up at Kroger. And I believe it, I was trying to see, does not say anything about a brush, but stearic acid in the top 4 or 5 ingredients. Also, Goodfellow and Company, my wife, bless her heart, she bought this for me for Christmas. But she went to Target and got it, I'm sure, because I think this comes, yeah, it's a Target brand. I do not think this is going to work. If so, it's going to become a great Moroccan mint and cedar pre-shave for me. Hurley. I've gotten this at discount stores, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, etc. This one is Eucalyptus Essence. They also have tea tree essence. They probably even have more. I think there's a marine one that I had before that I had used as a pre-shave. I don't remember if I ever tried building a lather with this. That's on there. And then finally, lastly, so that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then these 2, but I'm just going to use 1. These are from the Ben Sherman company. I have found these a lot of different places, discount stores, but also this was sold as part of a kit. It came with an aftershave that I've used, aftershave balm, and things from Kroger, from grocery stores. So lots of different places you can get them. Stearic acid is actually the second ingredient after water on these. So I really hope that one of these will build a good lather. Okay, so again, long video. Sorry, watch this at 2x speed if you want, although I'm already talking quickly. In order to try to make this as fair a process as possible, I'm going to utilize the same bowl, and I'll wash it out. I'm going to give it the best opportunity with a Cayenne Workshop lather bowl. I'm going to use brushes that all have a cashmere synthetic knot in them. And these are all ones that I'm just trying to keep a control variable there. I'm going to start, I probably should have led off with saying what I was going to use for those, so I could have had, they're synthetic, they don't truly need to soak, but I am going to soak them. And so I've got those soaking in some more, oh, yep, handle and everything went, oh, that's, okay, lovely. Need to make some decisions here about what I put in what bowls. Doesn't really matter. This hot water is not hot enough to melt the glue. Okay, so I'm going to start them one at a time. Here's the deal. I'm going to give each of these about 2 minutes. If I have not built a suitable lather in this bowl, and I think you all know what a lather looks like. If you don't, then go watch a video where they've built up a whole lather. I should have cream all over here, and I should have it all over the brush. I'm not going to apply any of this. I'm just trying to see, can I build the lather with it? Now, sometimes you can build a lather, and then it'll start dissipating once you've got it into your face. At the moment, I'm trying to see, can I even build a decent lather, make more soap in this bowl than there was with the cream that I put in there. That's really more the goal for me in this. So I'm going to start with Goodline. On a quick side note, I don't work for CVS, but their aftershave lotion is actually really good. It's a clear product. I don't think it has a scent, but I wouldn't know anyway. Title of the channel. But I have liked some of their other products. I've got the Nick stick from them somewhere around here. And so I'm going to try that. So I'm going to start with that. I think, nope, probably none of these did I take the metal, the foil off of. That would have been a smart way to prep for this. And I'll deal with throwing all those away later. Okay. I am also, in order to give these the best opportunity, I'm going to go fairly generous. I have always been a load it like you hate it kind of guy. I think that's quite a bit of cream in there for a cream. So I am an overloader. I'm just going to grab the first one. In case you're curious, I'll tell you about them. This was a Made Right nylon that Timothy Abernathy refurbished for me, as are most of my brushes. Fluting on the edges. There's a whole cool story about that. Long story short, it had a chunk missing out of it. He actually fluted the edges. Super cool. Okay. And then I'm going to add water as I need. Okay, so starting to put the wet brush into the bowl. Be honest, Goodline cream is not having a good start. With some of these others, like the Gillette Pure, the Kiss My Face, it would literally start exploding out, just like any other brush. Oh, I'm sorry, any other artisan soap or anything like that. I'm realizing I need to be able to get to the water easier. Just added some more water. We'll see if that does anything. And there's nothing wrong. Maybe this even, well, this didn't say it's a brushless cream, but it didn't mention anything on the, I don't think it did on that one, about having a brush. But so far, no kind of noticeable lather in that. I may not even give this one 2 minutes because nothing seems to be exploding out. I'm basically just moving and thinning out the lather or the cream that was there without actually getting a buildup of lather. And for those of you who are curious, I'm turning back and forth. I'm occasionally pumping the brush to get air in there. Nothing. Okay, so Goodline shaving cream, which, to be fair to Con, has stearic acid like 5th or 6th in the ingredients. So let me just rinse this guy out. I want to try to make sure that I have, where I don't have a situation where there's still any soap in there. I don't want it to contaminate the next results. I think I actually have more than I brought out. I have 5 brushes and 1, 2, 3. I think I'm gonna have 1 or 2 brushes I'll reuse. So I'm gonna just rinse this one out real quick so I can reuse it. Okay. Moving on, let me get one that I think is gonna, okay. So we can show an example. This is the Bevel cream. Foil, Brian. Like every single one of these is gonna have foil in it, I think. Now the Ben Sherman, yeah, some of them won't. Anyway, okay, so Bevel in here, bowl, decent squirt. It's quite a bit of cream sliding around in there with the water. Okay, let's see if I can remember which one of these is which. I'm pretty sure, because these next 2 brushes are the same brush, just 2 different versions. This is a Latherade. This is in the red and cream, and this one was done by Timothy Abernathy. And this is already starting to show up better. Now, to be fair to all the others, Bevel does acknowledge that you should do this with a brush. And they sell their brush. It's a synthetic, I'm pretty sure. But I am already getting lather that has been built up just already. I mean, I'm going to keep going on this just to show that you can do some more. I'm going to get some water in there. And you could sit there and you could maneuver this to be as much lather as you want it to be. But for the purposes of not drawing out the video, the Bevel Shave Cream, as expected, built a perfectly fine lather. And and I get the feeling that wouldn't dissipate either because of the fact that they've designed it for such. I had to have some ringers in here so that not everything is a flop. I'm really hoping I get surprised by at least one of them. I can even feel it squeezing out the lather from that, how much there was in there in the knot. Okay, so didn't need 2 minutes on that one because it built it up fine. So Bevel for the win. I'm gonna do the American Crew next. And I'm already at 22 minutes. This is probably gonna be a 45-minute video. Can you even post 45-minute videos on YouTube? I don't know. Okay, so the second in the series, Adam, whose last name just escaped me, Smith? I can't remember, I'm sorry, Adam. But he used to run a company called Slick. He's just a couple hours east of me outside of Nashville. And he refurbished the blue Latherade. And when I got this one first and then the red one second. And so I had them matched so they would be brothers, as it were. So this is the American Crew cream. Just want to double check and see. Stearic acid is second on here. Wet face, warm water. Yeah, no mention of brush, which is funny to me when a company will sell a line of products, and honestly, Clubman does this too. They have some that are designed to lather and some that aren't. Cremo, same thing. But I just don't get it. The cream that does lather is equally as usable for somebody who is trying to just put it on with their hands. So why does that really matter if it... So this one kind of goes in between. There's really, I'm just kind of thinning out what was in there. It just a small bit. Now, also to be fair, maybe there's a possibility because I got this container at a discount store. Maybe this is an old batch, old product. I don't know. Like, and I've used this one before and I tried it in a shave and I thought, oh, maybe this will produce, you know, a worthwhile lather. And it never really moved beyond what I've got here, which is just kind of pushing around what was already in there. And there's, you know, a bunch pushed around in the knot, but that's not, it's not building. The whole point of this, why do you care if there's, you know, if it's building a lather? Because I'm trying to build enough lather to use for 3 passes or more in a shave. And so that's what I want to test and see. Will this do this? Now, in the one we just used with Bevel, this whole thing was starting to fill up with cream by now. And this one is not. So probably I won't continue to try to use the American Crew as a lathering cream. Maybe on a head shave situation, because I am using the leaf razor and just not having a big, you know, Santa beard style lather on my head. It could be fine. Could be easier to do when I'm taking the angles of my head. As I said, I've used the Cremo before by itself with a head shave, so I don't really have a problem with that. So that may be where the American Crew lands for me. If I was stuck in another town and I didn't have my soap, sitting here just putting like straight hot water on my brush knot. If I was stuck in another town and didn't have my soap with me, I'll be honest, I would either try something else or I would just go without shaving. I think that's not a knock. That's just saying, what would I do if those were my choices? If American Crew's cream was my choice, I would probably not use it and just go without the shave. Okay, so next, I've never actually tried this. I've used this as a pre-shave cream, but I've never actually tried this for building a lather. So we're going to try that today. This is the Schick Hydro Skin Comfort. And again, because I am a excessive latherer. Interestingly enough, also from Adam just recently, is a new edition, Merit 99.4 by Heritage Shaving Collection. There's a C word at the end, I can't remember what it is. But got that from him, so thank you. Okay, so this is the Schick Hydro Skin Comfort. It's looking kind of promising. I can't remember if this also has a balm that I've used. This scent is green tea and aloe, it looks like. I don't know if that's actually a scent or not, or that's just the ingredients in it. Anyway, it had purple on the label, so when I first bought it, I just assumed it was like lavender. Yeah, this is actually building up nice. I would be very happy with this to use, which is good to know. I think I can still get this at my Kroger. That's where I got it from originally, and yeah, it's fallen all over the place. So there's no doubt about the Schick Hydro Comfort. I'm glad, the Hydro Skin Comfort. Which, you know, because what's the deal? Schick and Wilkinson Sword are like owned by the same parent company, something like that. And so, you know, it's nice that a company that has the history of Schick and the co-partnership with a company like Wilkinson Sword would actually make a product that, I mean, this is sold in the grocery store. I bet there's women that buy this to shave their legs with. And they have no idea that they could also be using this soap with a brush. And so that's what I'm talking about. If you have the ability to do it, why not just do it? I don't see that. I'm literally, this is, you know, trying to like yank the knot out. But that was just from, and honestly, if I was going to shave, I would have built that lather up more. Which is a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. I think some people are a little obsessive about how long they spend lathering. But anyway, but yeah, so that one would have been good. I don't understand why more companies don't do that. So, got a win for that one. My wife got me this Goodfellow & Company from Target. I don't think stearic acid is anywhere on this list, and this just looks to me like something that is designed for like stupid, of course, foil. Reapplying between every pass. I got 3 foil bits over there, and I know I have at least one more. Okay, so same deal. Oop, that was actually probably more even than I meant to put in there. I might put a little more in. Just give it the hedge my bets here. Okay. It's funny, I was talking about IMCDB earlier, and this AP Shave Co. Disco with a cashmere synth knot actually came from IMCDB. He was selling it years ago. This is back when he was still doing his videos. And I really wanted it because, well, if you can't tell, then I don't know what's wrong with you. But anyway, I really wanted it, but it was being sold with a second brush at the same time. The lot was not going to be split. Had to buy 2 brushes. So I bought 2 and I sold 1. Yeah, good fellow. You may be a good fellow, but you are not a good latherer. Yeah. I don't even think it's worth adding more water to this, because there's literally, it has like absorbed, oh, let me get to where there's not water dripping out of this. It's just either it's all dissipated away or it's all up inside of this knot. And this is the same cashmere synthetic type of knot that is in all the rest of these. And no, so sorry, Goodfellow and Company. Your Moroccan mint and cedar will probably just become a pre-shave product for me until I run out of it. So I'm gonna have to thoroughly rinse all these brushes when I'm done. Okay. And I will recap all these at the end, even though that's just going to make the whole video longer. Recap by like quickly showing which ones worked and which ones didn't. I'm pretty sure I've tried this one before. I just don't remember the results. So I'm going to try the other one. Shave cream with citrus mint. Oh, hey, well, that's funny. I thought this had a foil on it, but it does not. Okay. Anyway, so put that in there. Let me grab the one I started with, and well, Ben Sherman, you are also not impressing me. Again, to be fair to all of these brands, they are not selling to a wet shaving crowd. If they were, they would be putting these in places where wet shavers go, or I don't know if you can buy these on Amazon or not, but they also wouldn't be selling at a discount store like TJ Maxx or Marshall's if they had been a hot product that had sold really well. This is the same kind of situation where I'm getting really nothing moved around. But just so that somebody didn't say, you didn't add enough water to it. I'm adding more water to it just to make sure that I've given it its best shot. And again, it's just kind of thinning out what was already there. So, Ben Sherman, I guess for due diligence, I'm going to do the other one too that I've had longer. I just can't remember. I feel like the consistency of that cream was a little thicker. The one that I have used, the one I'm about to do. When I remember it from before, but I do not know. I don't know what the difference is between these other. They're from 2 different Ben Sherman collections based on their labeling. But just for giggles, we'll try it. The Shave Cream for Men, Natural Antiseptics, Eucalyptus, and Rosemary Extracts. No idea what it smells like. Okay. That in there. See, this one is, there might have been a little bit more water in there. But look, this is already, like this one's building up better. I feel like, maybe even if I hadn't had as much water in there, I feel like I could have built a good lather with this. still could. I can still manage to get this, you know, moved around, whipped around, the air. Like this is actually on its way towards being a much better lather. So explain to me why, other than the fact that I know I bought the one I'm using right now earlier. I've had it for at least 3 years. It might have even been during the pandemic that I got it. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, I could keep going with this, but it's building a lather. So Ben Sherman, why do you make one product that does and one that doesn't? Or again, is this red one that I bought from a discount store? Yeah, I could use that. That's good. That's good to know. Because I think I have a Ben Sherman fragrance. It's a dupe on something. It's a clone of some designer fragrance. I can't remember what. And the bottle has like a Glen Plaid kind of deal on it. I don't remember what and I don't want to stop the camera to find out, but I feel it's like Ben Sherman's signature or something like that, the fragrance. But, so just to show that again, did not build a lather, did build a lather. Both of them have stearic acid as their second ingredient. In fact, their ingredients are almost the same, down to the chemical, the PEG 100 stearate and PEG 14M. Just all this stuff is a lot of the same. Interestingly enough, that this one with the rosemary and the eucalyptus, yeah, interesting. But this one doesn't obviously have the rosemary and the eucalyptus. And neither one of these tell you to use it with a brush. So, good to know. One winner, one not. Okay, last of the 37 minutes. We can do this in less than 45. Woo! This one has foil on it. Yeah, I used to have this, and it was kind of cracking me up because the Hurley that I had and that I had used, I've sent this to somebody before years ago. I piffed a container of this. Oh, come on now. And I think I mentioned to them, hey, this is probably just a pre-shave for you. Don't worry about trying to build a lather with it. But the one that I had was like an ocean theme, which I thought was funny because Hurley has, as much as I remember in my life, Hurley has always been kind of like an Ocean Pacific type brand where they've got like oh, that took forever. I'm still not actually done getting that foil off. And now I'm getting it into the, okay. And this is like semi-liquidized now too. So, let me get that off so that I can shake this thing up. But anyway, yeah, Hurley to me has always kind of been that like Ocean Pacific style brand. And so when I got the one that was some ocean something marine scent, that is, you know, okay. I don't think it's going to have changed the answers, but I did not shake any of the rest of these. I've shaken the ones that I've used before. I had shaken before when I tried to use them, and I got the same result I did today. This is kind of funny. You can hear my voice vibrating because I'm just shaking this thing. There's a meme waiting to happen. Okay, so this might have even gone bad. This has just turned into like a soup. Like it is literally like that. I'm still gonna try it, but I might even just throw these away if they, let me see if they build up something first. No, I hate throwing stuff away. That's why I would rather just use it as a pre-shave. But since the consistency of this has broken down into a goopy liquid, it can't hold the stasis of the liquid and the lotion part together. Yeah, this is, oh man, I just realized I've gotten soap all over my head. I'm surprised I haven't gotten on the camera yet. all over. But yeah, this is not working. So, for one of maybe the first times ever in my wet shaving career, I may actually just empty a tube of product into the trash and then recycle the container, and that may be it. That's kind of a shame. Because again, I had used the other before, but I used it as a pre-shave product, and so I wasn't trying to lather it at all. And so, you know, it did what it needed to do. So, 40 minutes. Okay. So just to recap, I don't know why I put this over there. We had some that did work and some that did not. So I'm going to start with the ones that do not lather. And then I'll recap the ones that lathered today, plus the ones I mentioned at the beginning. So we already knew that things like Cremo, this is slick as I'll get out to if you want to use this as a pre-shave or even shaving without. And the Dollar Shave Club, these we knew were brushless creams. New additions to that collection, these that are probably about to get poured out and recycled. Try to see if I see recycling elements on that. So the Hurleys were a no-go for building a lather. The red Ben Sherman that was a citrus mint was a no-go. Someday I'll try this again. I'll give it a good shake and try and see, but I don't think it's going to work there. Good Line from CVS also did not build a lather. And then these last two, the American Crew Cream, which again, maybe this is a dated bottle. I don't really have a way of telling. There's like a lot code up there, but not like an expiration. Yeah, so I don't really know like if this was just old or what. Goodfellow from CVS did not work for building a lather. But the three that did, that if you find them available locally, might be good options for you or as a backup plan. The Schick Hydro Skin Comfort. I will say I have had this for a couple of years. I hope that Schick has not stopped making this. Razor Bump Fighting. It's interesting. It's actually right next to and almost the same color of the container of Bevel. And Razor Bump Fighting Fighting razor bumps is a commonly applied marketing tactic towards the same demographic that Bevel was created for, African-American men. And so I'm almost even wondering, they're made by two different companies in two different places, but I mean, I don't even know if you can see it, but these are like the same shade of gray even. I don't know. Anyway, this Ben Sherman did, let me see if these have two different company informations on the back. Nope, they're both distributed by the Best Accessory Group. Designed in USA, made in China. Designed in USA, made in China. Oh, they've got item numbers. Okay. Oh, this has a manufacturing date on it. Manufactured June 25th, 2020. Expires June 24th, 2022 on this one. It is now May 9th, 2025, and this still built a lather. This does not have, oh no, this does, okay. This was manufactured October 19th, 2020, expired October 18th, 2022, and did not build a lather. So that's interesting, and I hadn't even realized that, but the Ben Sherman products, they actually write the manufacturing and the expiration date on there, and batch codes and everything. Item numbers and all that, their item numbers are different. So anyway, if you can get this one, go with that. And then, of course, if you ever find these in a store, Gillette Pure, Pacific Shave Co., they've even got those little pod, that might have been a gimmick they moved on from, but those little pod, they look like dishwasher pods, but they turn into shave soap. Those are good options. If you can go to a discount store and find Gillette Planet Kind, that's a good option. If you find a Cremo shave stick, hey, if your wife's like, hey, I'm going to go to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, Burlington, whatever, be like, hey, I'll go along. And just be like, why do you all of a sudden want to go along with me? The store you never wanted to go check out the shaving area. You never know. You might pick up a Nivea shave stick, way cheaper than you'll buy them on Amazon right now. And both of those products work great. The Nivea just in general, we all know, this wasn't the point of this video, but if you've been shaving since the late 90s, early 2000s, and you were in a cartridge back then, you probably had or have this product still. A lot of us in this age range just kind of came up with that. I own a lot of Nivea. This is their Vanilla and Bourbon, and this is a Paul H. Films video today. I got dust on this bottle. I haven't used it. Wow. If you're ever in Europe, you need to get Nivea two-phase refreshing aftershave lotion. And you can see it's separated there, and you shake it up and it becomes all kind of cloudy like that. Great product. Anyway, Nivea makes good stuff. I have a lot of Nivea. I have a cream that I use sometimes, moisturizer. Anyway, this product I got at a discount store. I remember when this launched a year or two ago and kind of a new thing, but it's already hit the discount stores near me. I don't know if that means it's still being sold in the general marketplace. And then Kiss My Face has been around for a very long time. This I got from Whole Foods, but you can also get it on Amazon. You could probably get it at a lot of, maybe even like a Walgreens or CVS too. So check those out. And then the last thing is, don't forget to stop by if you're in a town, you don't have your stuff, or you just got time or whatever, or even in your own town, go check out. We've got, within a, let's say 5-mile radius of me, this is Memphis, we have lots of wig shops. So go in there, check. I've found blades, I found razors, I found aftershaves. If you're trying to find Osage rub near you and you don't know where it is, if you want to find, is it Lustre? All these different classic barbershop scents, all the Clubman. The other day when I got this, they had yellow Clubman and they also had the pink Clubman Musk. I chose not to get that at the time. But they also had the shave soap and they had the cream, which was called a barber's cream. I looked at it, it did not feel and look like it was going to build up a lather, but I didn't get that one, but I did get the soap puck. That's a hard puck in there. Okay, so that is it. I'm gonna, when I do out the thing for this video, I'll have all of the items listed as far as what did build a lather, what did not build a lather, and the items that I didn't use, but I know build a lather, just so that you can know. And now I know which one of these are going to now become pre-shaves. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks again, Fred Tyler Bruner, FTB. It's in the featured post at the top of the group page. #PayToBase. I like PAA to base better than pay to base. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.